from the jump? How excited are you to see him not only starting but producing the way he has?
I expect Bol to go out there and play well. We built a good relationship, and I kind of know where his mindset is. So, when he's locked in, he's special. So, coach gave him more opportunity here lately, and he's taking full advantage of it. I'm excited for him. And, the crowd, he's become one of the favorites here in Phoenix, and that's only good for a player when you get that confidence from your fan base. And, so we just keep building him up, keep pouring into him as much as he can. But for me, I expect him to go out there and play good ball.
Just had a quick follow on him. How much of it's just not even putting him in a box to say he's this or that and just letting him just play?
Yeah, that's usually what it is. A guy like that, you can't call him a center. You can't just call him a wing or power forward. Just go out there and play basketball, and he'll fit in and figure it out. He's a smart player, so he truly understands how he can be effective. He watches too. He's a student of the game. And, when you're a student and you see what's going on the floor of the game, and you really engage, you really care, come in here and put the work in regardless of what your minutes look like. That's Bol. And I think a lot of younger players can learn from how he approaches the game. He's not as glamorized. People don't think that about Bol because he's so quiet and unassuming.
Right.
But he's a pro's pro. He's been showing it ever since he came here to Phoenix. And ever since he's been my teammate, I'm just blown away at how hard he works, how much he cares, how much he wants to go out there and play well, how great of a teammate he is. So I always want to make sure when I'm talking to you guys, I want to highlight that about him because not a lot of people talk about that side of his game. They only talk about, you're 7 feet and you can play and you're athletic and you can score, but it's like a lot of stuff, the intangibles of the game gets overlooked when it comes to guys like that. So I want to make sure I highlight that as much as possible.
I know they were shorthanded tonight, but what do you feel like you guys can take from this one and build on?
I like how we're shooting the ball right now. We're shooting the ball pretty well. I like how we started the game defensively. Trey Murphy didn't get going in the first quarter, and I think that's what made it a tight game because he can go off and score so easily, shoot from so deep. He's so athletic and long player. So we made a conscious effort to not let him get off to a fast start, and I think that's what was able to get our defense going.
Where do you see the season going with 22 games to go?
I'm just worried about the next game, man. I can't predict the future. I can't tell the future. That's your job.
How much does having Bol and Nick out there as Twin Towers complemented you back to your natural spot at the 3?
I'm natural anywhere. I feel like more size is always better, especially when you're playing against teams with size too that play Twin Towers themselves. Two bigs. So we got to do a better job of protecting the rim. But I like just our presentation, having long athletic guys on the floor. Discourage the offense sometimes. So I like that unit, and we gotta just keep growing it and seeing where we go.
Kevin, in your experience, is there something, a quality that is essential for teams to kind of overcome adversity and get past these stretches?
Yeah, you can't think too much about it. You can't cry over spilled milk. You gotta move forward and go out there and put your best foot forward. Be confident and optimistic that we'll play a better game next game. There's so much noise that's going to be around us. There's so much, just attention around whether we're going to win or lose the next game. And so many people wishing that we don't win games. And there's just a lot of BS around us. But I think if we understand that's just the nature of the beast, and we go out there and play with more pride and more energy and more enthusiasm, I think that things could turn around. But it's got to be, really actually got to feel that, as an individual player. You got to have confidence that can happen, regardless of if we play a bad game, regardless if we have a bad stretch like we haven't, we still got to come in here and put the work in to be the best you can be as an individual, but also bring that to the team. And I think guys in this locker room feel that way.
Just how nice was it just to snap that 3-game skid, and now you guys are back in the win column?
It's cool. We want more for ourselves.
Who do you think doesn't want you to win?
It's just nature.
I mean,
I'm
obviously.
not saying y'all. I'm not saying you. I'm not talking about you specifically. Like, if you felt that I was talking about you, then no, I wasn't talking about
Oh,
you.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, but so just people in general, man. Just you know, come on, man. You hear the noise around our team. You see what's going on around our team. How many people got opinions on what we're doing? And I think as players, if you hear that stuff, it's about deflecting all of that stuff, and focusing in on what's in the locker room, not letting the noise, because there's some noise that came out today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to act like we didn't see, you know what I'm saying, what went on today, and that's been happening around our team the last 2 years. So guys are understanding with the circumstances we got to play under, and what we need to do is just focus in on each other, man. You know? So that's all a part of the NBA, all of that stuff, the noise, the injuries, the bad stretches, the back-to-backs, all that stuff is a part of the game, and I love how we're sticking together as a unit, and we really coming together even more throughout this tough stretch.
Are you talking about the Haynes report?
Yeah, of course. I mean, come on, man. Of course, all of that shit.
When a report
It flashes on you if you got Bleacher Report app, if you got the ESPN app, all that stuff just flat. It's hard to ignore all that stuff. But that's the nature of the beast that we're in, and I think the more we knuckle down and understand, like, we are playing bad basketball. We're not playing up to our standard. And the easier we accept that, then we can come out there and play games like we did tonight, where we just moving the ball, shooting the ball well, playing great defense. So I like a little struggle. I like a little adversity back against the wall and see how we respond. And we didn't respond well last night. We might not respond well next game in the future, but we just keep putting our foot forward and keep growing and seeing how we can get better. That's a part of the NBA people don't understand and truly get. But we keep fighting, man.
Most of the things you're mentioning here are people who are not even here covering the team.
Yeah, but that's just
It's just word of mouth. How much of the noise is accurate? How much is when you see it?
That's my question. That's been my question for the last 15 years. How much is accurate? How much leaders? How do you
Well,
know
you know
about,
better than anybody, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But when that's why I speak. I mean,
Right.
you know what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I be doing. You see how I try to dispute all of the narratives that people talk about, locker room narratives that never been in a locker room, never been on a team before. Yeah, I try to give you the real and what goes on and the mindset of a player and a team. So, but that's the type of stuff you got to play under. You got to play through. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I think I like how our team just doesn't let that stuff get to us and just play. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not oblivious, you know what I mean, to all of the shit that goes on, the business of ball, the media, all that stuff. I understand it all. So, but I think being able to still wake up and do your thing regardless of what goes on, I think that shows the type of player and type of people we got in this locker room.
Is it best, Kevin, when a report comes out to discuss it as a team or to ignore it?
Nah. I don't think so. I mean, it depends on what it is, too. But games happen so much, so quickly. We can't hop on what's said. We just got to go out there and not let it affect us on the floor. I don't think they did tonight. I think everything was the same. Guys were talking the same way. Energy was there. The coach was communicating the same way. So, yeah, it was it's a good win for us. We needed it.
Coach, what did you just think of the team's ability to be able to respond here tonight?
Yeah, no, it was good, and especially to do it early, to have a first quarter like that, and really just get the separation. Kind of mostly able to maintain it the whole night. So I thought the guys, were great to start the game. Bol, obviously, all night was great. The ball movement, the sharing, making passes, making shots. So it was a good response, good coming out of the gate.
And with Bol, it was a new career high for him with 5 made threes. We talked to him just how he was feeling out there, but where are you seeing his level of confidence right now?
I mean, everywhere, to be honest with you, but he's unique. He whenever he's played in the games, he's responded well, and he has just a way about him. He kind of just plays basketball. He's got unique skills, and I think defensively he's helping us. There's a rim protection He's doing, you know, a lot of good things. It's been impressive, you know, what he's been able to do.
Coach, obviously, as Nick Richards, I think second straight double-double, getting on the boards. What's sticking out to you right now about him as a player?
Yeah, I mean, I think his activity, you know, every time the ball goes up on both ends, he's really hunting it down. I think some of the offensive rebounds he got, again, I thought he got one within the first possession or two or three and set a tone early and is, you know, kind of determined to go and get it. I thought he passed for us well tonight. I thought, you know, he made some great decisions and was part of the ball movement. So I think he's making good progress with us.
And lastly, that first quarter, it was 40-18. Outside of obviously the shot making, what do you feel like was key to that?
Yeah, I thought the defense. I thought Kevin really stepped up and took the challenge tonight. Murphy's a guy that can score in lots of different ways, and Kevin took that challenge and I think did a really, really good job. The attention to detail, all the things that were needed defensively from the whole group, but especially Kevin on Murphy. I think that set a tone in the first quarter too.
Coach, when it comes to Bol having earned this opportunity we've seen recently, what were you seeing from him kind of behind the scenes, or what kind of prompted you to feel comfortable making that decision to give him that chance?
Yeah, I think his work with really the whole coaching staff, but Skylar and Fizz, he comes in with a good, kind of good spirit every day. He's somebody you want to be around, and kept his head up. And I think we need to be better on the boards. We need to be better around the rim, protecting it. We need to shoot more threes, and he's a guy that has a lot of those skill sets. So I think it's been he's been a good addition. He's definitely been helping us.
You mentioned those rebounds and protecting the rim as kind of the two areas of emphasis that you guys were kind of hammering home with him. How have you seen him execute in those areas?
Yeah, he's been good. I think he can be better, though. I'm sure we're going to show him clips, and Skylar's going to show him clips tomorrow. And, I think he can just, to be more fearless, to come and block shots and, just have that kind of mentality. I think he can grow, but, he's certainly had, flashes and instances where he's been, really impactful around the rim.
This is a career year for Royce, both in terms of three-point volume and efficiency. I'm just curious, when you came here, is this the type of role and impact you saw from having?
Yeah, I have some memories of him playing in Utah, and it felt like they were shooting a lot of threes as a team, and he was part of that. And his he's got a super high IQ, high motor offensively, gets in and out of stuff, and then he gives you a lot defensively. But, I think giving him, really just that green light, that everybody has, to be honest with you. But I think he's really embraced that we want to shoot threes, and, the rate at which he's hitting them, is obviously important, but his willingness to take them is also super important.
Hey, Coach, obviously being able to snap that 3-game losing skid is huge for you guys, just to get back into rhythm. And what was the message to the players in the locker room tonight?
No, I'm not, huge on a big speech or anything. It was a needed win. You guys know it, we know it. It was a much needed win. We need to get ready for Sunday. But the guys played well. I thought the defense was good. The attention to detail there was good. That's probably it.